Hey y'all, welcome back. This week we're going to be talking about chapter 14 in your text entitled Crimes of the New Millennium, Cybercrime and Transnational Organized Crime. So like always, I'm going to flip through with you and we'll hit on a few highlights. This is actually our last chapter of the text, so congratulations for that. So chapter gets started off talking about cybercrime, defines cybercrime, the use of modern technology for criminal purposes. Then it talks about a bunch of different types of cybercrime on the following page. There you got cyber theft, cyber vandalism, cyber war, cyber terrorism. Cyber theft is defined as the use of computer networks for criminal profits, illegal copyright infringement, identity theft, internet securities fraud, are all examples of cyber theft. Malicious cyber vandalism is malicious attacks aimed at disrupting, defacing, and destroying technology. Cyber war uses cyberspace for acts of war, including spying and disrupting an enemy's computer network. And then lastly, there's cyber terrorism is internet attacks against an enemy nation's technological infrastructure. So that is cyber terrorism. Then he gets into talking about denial of service attacks. This is a specific type of internet attack that you can fall under. So companies can come under this. Individuals can come under this. It is extorting money from an internet service user by threatening to prevent the user from having access to the service. So this can be just from an individual level, or like entire companies can be victims of denial of service attacks. Then the term war is what you're going to need to know. Is a term computer hackers and software pirates use to describe a game or application that is made available for users on the internet for free in violation of its copyright protection. So if you get like a bootleg version of Microsoft Office or something off the internet that you didn't have to pay for or register for, then that would be a Juarez software. Then it gets into talking about identity theft, which is, I'm sure you're aware, a huge problem, and it is only getting bigger as technology evolves. More people's lives are entirely uploaded to the internet. So identity theft, your book defines as using the internet to steal someone's identity and or impersonate the victim in order to conduct illicit transactions, such as committing fraud using the victim's name and identity. Then it gets into some different types of ways identity theft happens through phishing scams. Phishing is the first term you need to know. It's defined as sometimes called carding or brand spoofing. Phishing is a scam where perpetrator sends out emails appearing to come from legitimate web enterprises such as eBay, Amazon, PayPal, etc., in an effort to get the recipient to reveal personal and financial information. We have all gotten those emails, warning your Amazon account has been hacked or violated or something. Click here and enter your information to, solve the problem. Well, it's actually like an Indian hacker group out of Bangladesh that's, sitting there on the other end of that. So that would be a phishing scam. Then it talks about the different types of phishing scams and kind of how they operate. E-tailing fraud. This is illegally buying and selling merchandise over the internet. Then it gets into different types of basically computer viruses and things like that. Malware, computer worms, Trojan horse, logic bomb. That's on page 526. Just kind of make yourself familiar with those terms. It talks about cyber stalking. This is the use of the internet, email, or other electronic communications. Text message is really probably the most common version. To stalk another person, some cyber stalkers pursue minors through online chat rooms. Others harass their victims electronically. It's generally like unwanted text messages, and they'll keep spoofing numbers off of these apps that generate numbers. So you block one number, they create another number, So under the heading of cyberbullying is the term catfishing, which a lot of y'all probably have heard of before. And this is just refers to the practice of setting up a fictitious online profile, most often for the purpose of luring another into a fraudulent romantic relationship. You put up a picture of a supermodel and say you're, lonely looking for companionship, and you get some poor sucker comes in and falls for it, and actually you're not anything. You stole that picture of that supermodel. That's not you. You're someone else. That would be you're catfishing somebody if you're doing that. This whole show's I guess Catfish is the name of the show, where these like two guys go around and like bust out these catfishes all over the country and stuff. Kind of entertaining to watch. Some of y'all may have seen that before. Then it talks about cybercrime enforcement agencies. So there's the Internet Fraud Complaint Center. It's based in Fairmont, West Virginia. It's run by the FBI, the National White Collar Crime Center, and they take all these, scam complaints, basically, of, you've been scammed over the internet, and they try to do something about it. The difficult thing is, like I said, most of them are based out of India. So which is outside the realm of our jurisdiction, even the FBI's jurisdiction. So it becomes tricky to kind of do anything about it. It's very difficult to do. Just not engaging with these people when they contact you is really your best defense. Is being very paranoid about what you're given. If the IRS ever calls you and tells you owe back taxes and you need to pay with Apple cards, that should be a red flag to you right there, or Amazon gift cards or anything else like that. Or really, if the IRS calls you and tells you anything, because they're going to send you a letter. Is how that is realistically going to work. So then it gets talking about into transnational crime and the different types of transnational organized crime. Breaks those down by different groups and kind of what they specialize in. There on page 543, talks about the African gangs, Middle Eastern gangs, Eastern European gangs, Russian gangs, Latin American drug cartels, and the Asian gangs and crime networks. So basically, you just need to know that like the Latin American and Mexican drug cartels' main source of revenue is from selling and smuggling drugs. I think that's probably everyone could have guessed that. It's kind of what they're known for. But you'll need to know that. And then talking about the Asian crime groups, it breaks down the different ones down there. Kind of be familiar with those. You got like the Yakuza is probably one you may be familiar with. And then the Taiwanese Haijin maybe are kind of problematic because they're, unlike some of these other ones, they're actually, these Taiwanese gangsters are often executives and CEOs in legitimate businesses. And it's involving lots of high-level white-collar crime and corruption, and so it's not quite on the. It's more done on the up and up than it is on the, but it's still just as illegal than done on the kind of black market side of things. It's more white-collar crime type things, but that's on 545 and 546. So just kind of know those, and that really wraps up the chapter and wraps up our text entirely. So I hope y'all have learned something this semester and enjoyed the textbook information. Hope you haven't gotten tired of listening to me ramble on about nonsense. But anyway, glad to have had y'all in the class, and just read through there, pay attention to those things, and hey, maybe I'll see y'all in another class. Glad to have you.